Hi guys, welcome back to Cooking with Chef Elaine. Today we're going to be making stew fish with some shrimp. So our fish for today is going to be tilapia fillets. And these are basically the ingredients that we are going to use. Super simple, super, tedious. Is not too much labor involved. And it's super healthy for you, especially with the ingredients that we're using. So we have the fish fillets that we're going to be working with today. We have our raw shrimp. You can do this with cooked shrimp. Just make sure that your timing on how long you cook the shrimp form is being cut down by half because it's already pre-cooked. So you just have to warm it up. You can use any type of fish. You can, I sometimes do this dish with whitening and salmon. So you can go ahead and try this recipe with different types of fish. It should work. We have some already peeled baby cut carrots. Now these are already peeled and blanched. We have some garlic that we're going to be working with, some peppers, a tomato, and onion. So one thing that I want you to know about when you're doing anything stewed, you're probably going to be most likely than not focusing on a two-step method, which is going to be your sauteing first and then stewing comes later. So sauteing is high heat, a little bit of oil, tossing in the air. You don't have to toss, you can move it around in the pan as much as you like, just to keep it, just to make sure that the heat generates to all the vegetables evenly. And then the stewing part comes in when you're adding liquid into your pan, and it can be any type of liquid: water, it can be chicken stock, it can be beef stock, it can be shrimp stock, seafood stock. It doesn't matter what type of liquid it is. And then most likely not, you can finish it in the oven, on the stove top. And that's your whole stewing method, okay? So let's get started. Cooking with Chef Elaine. The seasonings that we're going to be working with today is going to be the Goya adobo seasoning. We got some ground paprika, we got some black pepper, and we have some Sazon. Now these are going to be the major seasonings in our dish. We're just going to be using the salt only for our vegetables, only to saute our vegetables. But we're going to be seasoning the shrimp and the tilapia with these three main seasonings: the Goya, the paprika, Sazon, and our black pepper. So one thing I like about this dish is that because you are working with tilapia, I like to wash my fish before I cook it. You can use the seasoning, that liquid seasoning, that residue that's left over after you finish seasoning it, into your pan so that, you can use that as another flavor enhancing, technique. And also, if you don't want to add any more oil because you don't want it to be too greasy, that's another way to keep this dish nice and healthy for you. What I like to do, when I added water to the plate that I was using when I was seasoning my tilapia, I just dumped it inside, and now I'm just, scraping off that delicious flavor that has been stuck to my pan and any openings that I can. And I'm going to continue with the cooking process of the tilapia. One thing that I want to mention is that tilapia, I do this dish many ways with many different ingredients or many different fish types. I do this with tilapia, I do this with whiting, I do this with salmon. You don't want to cook your fish because these are delicate fish. You don't want to overcook them, nor do you want to over season them. So seasoning as you go is very, very important. Just want to show you the technique of why the rubber spatula is so good in this type of use. You see how your tilapia is still intact when you pick it up. I know that the bottom half of my tilapia is done because I can see that the white edges coming into play, right? But you got to be careful on the thickness of the tilapia. There might be some places that might not be all that way done, so this side is not all that way done. But I'm going to continue to turn it over because I'm going to finish it. If I don't finish it off on the stove top, I can finish it off in the oven. That's the best way. Another great way to do your stew fish, right? So you see how I turned it over and it still is intact. That's what you want. So I just turned over my tilapia. You want to do this with an offset spatula just because this is such a delicate fish and we do have it at such a high temperature. You don't want the pieces to break apart. So I suggest that you do it with a nice offset rubber spatula just so that you are not breaking the tilapia in half. So now that I turned over my 2 last tilapias, I incorporated the other 3 that I was cooking, and I just want to finish it off. If you notice that this tilapia fish right here is still not fully cooked, so that's totally fine. I added the fish back and I added some water to my pan, and with the seasoning flavors that I had on my plate. I always want to make sure that any seasoning residue that's left around, I want to put it back into my dish because I don't want to add too much salt, too much pepper, because then that defeats the purpose of this being a healthy dish. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a cover on top and let that, simmer and I'll lower my oven just a tad bit to a nice medium fire and let that simmer for about a minute or 2, just so that I know that the tilapia is going to be fully cooked, and then I can add in back my vegetables with my shrimp. All right, guys, it's been 2 minutes, so now I'm going to take the cover off of my tilapia that's been cooking. Oh my gosh, nice and amazing. So because I added the water with the seasoning flavors that I incorporated into this pan, I already started the stewing process. Remember, when you are stewing, you are most likely than not doing a 2-step method, which is probably going to be sauteing first, which I already did with the shrimp and the vegetables and a little bit with the tilapia. Just lower my heat down just a tad bit. I don't want to overcook. And then you're going to incorporate some liquid. It can be chicken stock, it can be beef stock, it can be vegetable stock, seafood stock, any type of liquid. So right now I'm just incorporating, oh, this looks amazing. Look at the colors that's happening here. So basically just adding any type of liquid and submerging your food in that liquid. I already have some liquid to start with. So I'm just going to add some more liquid, and that's our chicken stock. And I'm getting my chicken stock from a Couple Noodle Soup. It doesn't make any sense for me to go out and buy chicken stock when I already have cup of soups in my house that I can use. So I already added my chicken stock, and now one thing that I love about this dish is that I can finish this off on the stove top, just warming everything up, putting my cover back on, or I can crispy up my vegetables just a tad bit by throwing this in the oven for about 5 minutes. or I can put this in the oven and set it on broil and get a nice hard crisp on my vegetables and my shrimp. So I think I'm gonna just finish it off in the oven. I don't wanna overcook it too much. I wanna keep this nice, beautiful colors that's being given off here. I don't wanna darken anything too much. So this is your finished product at the end. Your, stewed tilapia and shrimp, some rice to go with it, and some boiled broccoli. Let's go ahead and plate it. All right, and will be your final plating. You have your stewed shrimp, stewed fish, with your nice rice on the bottom, and some broccoli on the side. A nice, healthy stewed fish and stewed shrimp dish, quick and easy and affordable. Thank you for cooking with Chef Elaine. See you until next time. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and tell a friend. Thank you. Bye. All right, and will be your final plating. You have your stewed shrimp, stewed fish, with your nice rice on the bottom, and some broccoli on the side. A nice, healthy stewed fish and stewed shrimp dish, quick and easy and affordable. Thank you for cooking with Chef Elaine. See you until next time. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and tell a friend. Thank you. Bye.